What's up guys, Bloodshed here, bringing you the Demon Hunter starter build for Season 7, Diablo 3, patch 2.4.2. Now this is obviously with the 4-piece Unhallowed set. In case you're new to my starter builds, these are the parameters that we use for all the other starter builds this season. 4-piece Hadrix only, crafted yellow gear, 100 Paragon total, no cube help at all, no beneficial items, marquee gems only, and no legendary gems. Now with this parameters set here, unlike the other classes, it's really tough. Like the 4-piece set bonus didn't really do enough to kind of set it over the edge. All my clears were like 13 minutes, 14 minutes, and then and I had to grab pylons, so they were very close. So what I did was I made a completely different build, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna have the same parameters that I just listed previously, but instead at level 70 we're going to take a yellow dagger and upgrade it with the Hope of Cain in the cube to a legendary dagger. Okay, so right here on the screen is how to get the last 2 pieces of Hadrix gift, right, to complete your 6-piece set. So you obviously have to complete a Greater Rift 20 solo, but you also have to upgrade a rare item to legendary using Kanai's cube. So you have to do this anyway to get your 6-piece set, so it might as well be a dagger, okay? And the reason why we're doing a dagger and not trying to get like a sick bow or a sick crossbow or anything like that is because for demon hunters there's only 2 possible outcomes, so it really does kind of limit our RNG. Like it's very low RNG built into this build. You can only get Carly's point, and you can only get Lord Greenstone's fan. So those are the only 2 possible combinations you can get when you take a dagger and upgrade it in the cube. Okay, so the rotation is very easy, very fun to play, very straightforward. We have pretty much a vault tumble just to get around. I like to clear out big groups of enemies and just leave. So you'll see in the Greater Rift clear, I'm gonna practice what I preach. I'm gonna kill clumps of enemies, move on, kill clumps of enemies, move on, right? You pretty much dunk on everything. So the basic rotation is we're using Marked for Death, Valley for Death. I find it to be the best. Okay, so you're gonna drop it down there, and then you're gonna walk onto the area, and then you're gonna pop your Wolf Companion cooldown. You're gonna get increased damage buff, and then you're gonna Fan of Knives, right? And that is gonna be a stupid amounts of damage. It's gonna pretty much the reason why you're face rolling the rift. During this time, I'm gonna vault around. I'm gonna use bolas, sparingly to keep my resources up, and I'm gonna use Impale. So Impale ricochets. It's very strong. It does 750 damage as lightning, and it ricochets to 2 other targets. Like if I was fighting a Rift Guardian, I would literally just bola, ricochet, bola, Fan of Knives, bola, ricochet spam, bola spam, right? Then when you come upon a group of enemies, you want to Mark for Death, Companion, blow them up. You can use Mark for Death when you're just attacking regularly as well. Call the Weak, Throw the Hunt to slow them down and make them take increased damage. Fan of Knives does put a slow on them, but it's only for 1 second. So I find Throw the Hunt, Call the Weak to be just more consistent overall. Tactical Advantage again to get around. Blood Vengeance is gonna keep our resources high, so when we're running around spamming, throwing everything, every time you drop Mark for Death you're using Discipline, every time you tumble you're using Discipline. I like Blood Vengeance. I think it's necessary, especially for someone like me who likes to spam his abilities, sometimes a little too much. Now once you complete the Greater Rift and you get your 6-piece bonus, you can't use this anymore. Like your generators, multi-shot and vengeance deal 40% increased damage for every point of discipline you have. Like you legit have to use multi-shot. It's just the most effective thing. And I would switch to a bow, just craft like a bow or whatever if you happen not to have one. Or if you have some DBs, you can upgrade more, rares to legendaries in the cube. If you got a pattern along the way, you can craft a 2-handed bow, because we have to do bounties, right? So if you happen to get a bow, you can craft like a long shot or whatever you have, right? Craft a bow, man, and then just run with multi-shot. So I'd probably start with multi-shot with the Fire at Will rune just for resource cost reduction. You know what I mean? And remember, there's an RCR gem now in the game. If you use the orange gem in your helmet, you can save up to 10% resource cost reduction. And of course, if you upgrade the gem, it only goes higher. As far as Paragon, I just went to full dexterity since we are tumbling around. We have movement, actually. Full dex, 25 points in crit, and then I went to all resist just to survive elemental damage. and then reduce resource costs. That's pretty much my favorite for any new character. Area damage kind of stacks up later on as you get an actual build, right? Anyways, guys, that's going to be all for me today. I'm going to put the Greater Rift 20 clear at the end of the video. I couldn't reliably find a build, and I didn't want to leave you guys hanging, so I decided to show you guys what I might do if I roll Demon Hunter, to give you guys some kind of out, I guess. If you want to see a leveling build, you can click up there, and then I have a multi-shot T13 build that we did for Season 7, right? Again, follow me at twitch.tv/bloodshed if you have any questions. Check out my Patreon page above. We have lots of rewards if you decide to be a supporter. This is the Bloodshed, Bloodshed, and I'm out of here. Stay for the Greater of 20 clear. Peace.